Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks very much, but you kind of killed my whole presentation because I was going to start, well, this is, to address the question how, make one issue that would change the art world, and I was going to say, well, down with capitalism. That would really achieve a profound amount of change on so many levels. It would cure a lot of problems. But I think to take a step away from it, and it is indirectly related to, I guess, the flight from judgment, as all of my thinking is that the way I would change the art world is I would really love for all of us in the industry to get humble. And by humble, I mean remove the fucking ego from the intermediaries, right? I am, as a practitioner, I'm not a slashy and I'm not a generalist, I'm a polymath. So I'm bringing ego into that right now, very self-consciously. But my background is I'm a lawyer, I'm an economist, I'm an art historian. I've lived and worked in Moscow and London and Paris, so I don't have a South-centric position. I operate from the world. The world is a globe, and any point can be a center if you choose it to be. But humility is crucial because we're all intermediaries. All of us should be so lucky to be footnotes in history, because the only people who are important in the art world are artists. And they've been around for hundreds of thousands of years. They've been around as long as civilization. None of us are important. They will continue to be whether or not there's capital. They will continue to be whether or not there are collectors, because that's what humans do. A lot of the problems we see in the business, and Sean has alluded to it, and a lot of the problems we have in modeling and the lack of innovation is driven by ego, is the fact that there's a competitiveness and an imaginary value attached to it that is described by ego. A lot of the pricing that is out of control in the market today is driven by vanity and appearances and ego, rather than which is actually sort of fueled by words, right? And words that lack judgment, but words that are driven by the market and the culture of celebrity, which again goes to ego. We're not concerned with history, we're not concerned with merit, we're concerned with ego. And the other way that the inflation of the value of art, actually. So the other way that the humility is really crucial is that a lot of young artists that I speak to seem to imagine that they actually can drive major social change. Fuck that. Like, art does not work like that. If you want to be an activist, go on the street like people did yesterday. That's what protest is. When you're selling an artwork to somebody who's a member of the 1%, you're never changing the world. That's not how art works. If you can change one person's life with your work, that is already a major gift, right? So humility is important at every stage of our profession, because it's a lack of humility that stops us from collaborating. So I am extremely, extremely conscious of how unimportant I am in what I do. And the only way that I can make a contribution is to support and give opportunities to artists in the best way I can, because they're the ones who are making and writing history, but they have to understand how they're doing it, and they have to be actually given the space and protection from the culture of celebrity, the culture of the market, which lives in the post-truth world, which lives in a world that has forgotten art history entirely, because everyone seems to operate in a world that seems to have been invented yesterday, and everyone imagines that actually I'll go against innovation, that no one is standing on the shoulders of giants, that the new gimmick is what makes it, and yet we're part of a history that is 100,000 years old. We're not doing anything new. We're just trying to speak to our world in the best way we can and do things that are beautiful and important and remind people that what it is to be human and what it is to be free, right, in a very small way. Thank you.